Guys, welcome back to the studio here. I am Marx.
And I'm Lady T.
And we have a special guest with us today, none other than the multi-award winning, I feel like saying platinum artist.
Oh, God, okay. We're not
Might
there
as well
yet.
be.
Might
but
as well be.
By God's
listen,
grace.
multi-award winning,
Listen.
spectacular artist, Sarah Téibo.
Woo!
Sarah,
Hi, everyone. Hi. Thanks
how
for
you
having
doing,
me.
man?
I'm okay. I'm good. Thank you.
Good.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thanks
I
for
mean,
having me.
we have a lot to talk about.
Yeah, we
There's
do.
so
We
much
do.
to do.
It's like, I feel like you being here is like we've got to be taking you on a journey almost
Yeah.
because
Yes.
it's
You guys are my day ones. I'm wondering which particular points we're going to be.
I remember, do you know what? I always love telling the story of how we first met.
yeah.
And it was a this sort of like, I don't know, this conference gathering thing. And it was in Croydon.
Is that Marcia Dixon's one? Yes, I remember.
And then Sarah
It was
came up to me. I was
encouraging.
like, "Oh, hi, Sarah. I've got this new music." I was like, "Oh, okay, cool." And then she gave it to me. Listen, I've never turned back since then. And that was 10 years ago.
yeah.
And I was just
Wow.
like, yo, I will never, ever forget that. And the way that you have rose, you continue to thrive. And I'm just like, yeah.
Thank
I feel
you.
like you're like the Helen Baylors and Shirley Caesars of our.
Okay.
They have longevity.
Yeah, fair.
Longevity.
Fair.
I mean, their
Thanks.
music is
Yeah.
still sounding great today. So
Yeah,
you
yeah.
are part
Thank
of
you.
that,
I
you
feel
know,
honoured for that.
that alumni. So yeah, 10 years.
I know. It's
Gone
gone
quick
like a
though.
flash.
It's
Yeah.
gone quick. When I actually got the email saying that 10-year celebration, I had to kind of think back. Had it really been 10 years?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Because I still remember "Still My Joy."
Yeah.
You know what
You
I'm
will carry
saying?
on remembering it by
I-
God's
I-
grace.
Yes, I still remember "Still My Joy," and like I thought, okay, so after seeing the 10 years, I went back and I listened to the track,
And you're like,
and I'm like, this still bangs.
oh, yeah.
This still
Telling
bangs.
you,
So
like
yeah,
every track.
Oh,
And
bless.
and for me, it's like this is the kind of music and legacy that we need to have. Like I need to be playing your song in 10 years' time, and it still sounds good today as it sounded then. And I think what really stands out that makes it such longevity is the producers that you
Oh,
use.
absolutely.
yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Absolutely, I agree.
The producers that you use for the last 10 years, the consistency has been
Yeah.
phenomenal.
I've been so intentional. I think one of the things that I wouldn't say frustrates me, but I feel doesn't get appreciated as much is the producers. I'm really hoping, and this is not to put anyone or any organization down, but I'm really hoping we get to a point where when we celebrate artists, we also celebrate producers. Like, when you got your best artist and best this and that, best producer, I think, is one category that we sometimes overlook because you won't have an artist without a producer.
At all.
I find at least the producers I work with, they're like coaches.
Yeah.
Because you come in with an idea, it's in its infancy, you're just kind of like carrying this idea, concept, whatever. But then they coach you. I mean, for me, I've had the blessed privilege of having producers who coach me and bring out the best in not just me, but the concept and ideas that I bring to them.
Yeah.
So they see the vision sometimes even more than I see the vision.
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah.
been really great to work with all the producers I've
You know,
worked with.
it's funny that you say that because one of the things I've always said over the years is that when you see you're working with a producer, the best ones are the ones that won't just let you come in and just record how you want to record.
Yeah,
Do you know what I'm saying?
absolutely.
Not a case of like, this is how much it costs. Pay, come and do your recording and then
Press
go.
play.
Yeah.
Press.
But the ones that will
Stop.
actually say to you, actually,
Yeah.
have you thought of this? Or
Yeah.
I think you should add this. Or why are you doing that? They
Yeah.
challenge you on your
Yeah,
track.
yeah,
and
yeah.
try
I
and
love
actually
it. Yeah,
bring the
yeah.
best out of you.
Absolutely.
I agree with that.
Yeah, the creativity. So I'm gonna put you on the spot.
Mhm.
Who have been your? I'm not gonna say one because that would be super mean.
You know what? I've got to cut you in because I know what you're going to ask.
I
and
have a feeling I know as well.
I think there's a question that has to precede that one. Yeah.
Oh,
right?
okay.
go on.
So obviously we're saying 10 years.
Yeah.
yeah.
Does the Sarah Téibo from 10 years ago ever imagine all the stuff that you've done in terms of the album releases,
No.
the singles, the awards, the events? Does she start the
Not at
releasing?
all.
Because Still My Joy was the first one,
It
wasn't
was,
it?
yeah.
So even before releasing that, did you ever think the 10 years time I'll be sat here with such a large collection of music and everything else that's happened?
No, because as much as I went in with intentionality and knowing I was going to go in for the long haul, I definitely didn't envisage all the things that would have come with the journey. I'm grateful that I look back and I've got this, this catalogue of music, which I know is still going to travel even further in the coming decades and so on. But no, because it's like you're taking a step of faith. It's almost like building a train track and you just go track by track,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know, it just until you get to the destination. But no, not the awards, not anything, because I've always been the person, my husband always used to tell me, put your best foot forward. You know, if you're going to do anything, even if it's your first attempt, do the best that you possibly can. And I remember one of the things G-Kid, my first producer, said, he was like, you don't want people, and I do this as well, when I discover an artist, literally discover a new artist, I go through their catalogue to the very first thing they released. That's what I do. And one of the things Luke said to me, he said, you don't want people to discover you in 10 years, however long, and go back to because we're working on the first song at the time, and go back to your first song and be like, what was this? You know, you have to put top caliber, top quality stuff out as much as you can with the gifting and the finances and everything. Just do your utmost best, basically. And that's kind of the philosophy that I kind of approached the whole journey with music with, was just doing my utmost best and, you know, just taking it wherever God was going to lead me, not knowing where that was, but basically just kind of going ahead, you know, with that kind of mentality.
Yeah, definitely.
And you know what, guys, for those of you which are watching now on YouTube, you're going to continue watching and seeing all the great questions we're going to throw at Sarah. For those of you watching on TV now, we're going to get you the next music video. So here we go.
I don't really know how to hide my flaws. Never been one to pretend. I bring it all, would it ever be enough? Here's my alabaster boxes are packed, filled with fears and doubts. How can you heal what I tried to hide? The scars only show I'm on the other side. You're the super to my human. You're the extra to my ordinary. You make broken pieces a masterpiece, and you still use a human like me. Please hold my hand, would you lead this dance? I'll follow you as I take each step. You already know how the song is going to end. 'Cause you're the super to my human. You're the extra to my ordinary, and you make broken pieces a masterpiece, and you still use a human. You're the super to my human. You're the extra to my ordinary, and you make broken pieces a masterpiece, and you still use a human. You still use a human. You still love a woman like me.
Oh,
All
yeah.
right, so guys, we're gonna hand it back to Lady T because I kind of cut you in before,
Yeah, why?
and I had to get the question out. I felt like it had to be asked before your one because I knew where you was going. So go ahead, T. Ask the question.
So the question I was going to say is, and like I said, I'm not going to be mean and just ask you to name one, but can you name me your top 3 producers that you've worked with over the last 10 years?
quite deep.
I know one of them.
That's quite
Because
deep.
if you don't say one of them, I'll be like, because yes, I know one of them at least.
Oh my goodness. Okay, you're gonna put me in trouble, to be honest.
Definitely
You
is.
She
are.
loves all of the. So if you're
Yeah.
watching, so anyone who's worked with any producers that worked with Sarah, she loves you all.
I love you all,
It's
to
just
be
me
honest.
putting her under pressure. Okay.
I love
you.
you all in no particular order, as they say.
I love it. Very diplomatic.
Oh my goodness. Fez, Ferromeo Goons,
Whoa. Yes.
for sure. And I'll explain partly why, because Fez saw me at my most vulnerable, at my weakest. This was after I had the thyroid cancer episode. We were in studio, we were writing, and I couldn't even make a sound or anything. And we're just trying to make sense of the whole situation. And he was able to tell my story in such a moving and touching way that even when I listen back to the songs, I'm ministered to, because I have a flashback to where I was when we wrote those songs. And he was patient with me. I remember it took me so long to be able to sing the songs we wrote.
Wow.
And him and Kumi actually were like, just take your time. When the voice comes, we will record the music. So he was really patient with me. Then G Kid, Luke, I've already mentioned him. So G Kid, again, he really, really challenged me. He stretched me, he pushed me. I remember when we were working on the first and second album that he worked with me on, I literally would finish work and go to Luke's studio.
Wow.
Home studio, literally finish work. Almost every single song recorded on those two albums that Luke produced were after I'd finished a day of work and gone into studio, and he'd still push me and drive me and make me do the best, vocally, in terms of expression, phrasing, even with writing as well. So, because obviously I'm coming in with my ideas in infancy, in a sense, in terms of my concepts for songs, and he'd be like, go back, rewrite that, quite literally. Rewrite that song. So for the challenges and the nudges and the pushes and the encouragement, Luke definitely, and he's such a great person. Outside of production, he's a great guy. And then I'd say Goz I Am as well.
Yep.
I absolutely love Goz I Am's production outside of what he did for me even. So to get to work with him on my project, I think that was an absolute honor. And he's also a great guy, really great guy. So I've been really blessed. I have so many of you guys, but I think if I had to name three, I would name those three in no particular order.
Amazing.
Yeah.
And you know what? You mentioned something there which I thought was quite key, because obviously you mentioned about the different stages where people was encouraging you and stuff like that. So obviously, like I said, we started with Steal My Joy, and then you've released 3 albums since then, and there's been a multitude of singles and stuff as well along the way.
Yep.
When it comes to your music, how closely does the music reflect where you are at that point in your life?
That's a really good question. And I'd say up until my recent EP, Human Like Me, most of them have been songs that I've probably written and kept. I wrote them at a point in time when I was probably going through something, or I had I was praying and I had a song, because I get my songs in different kind of scenarios, So for the first 2 albums, I'd say, they were songs I'd probably written or I was in the process of writing for the albums. They definitely would have meant something to me, but they were not as personal as my most recent EP, Human Like Me, because literally every story came out from a very recent experience. My third album, Restored, was actually written through COVID, because it came out in 2020.
Yeah.
So some of the songs are actually written from a place of prayer, because I spent a lot of time in prayer. I remember Secure, which featured Volney Morgan, for example.
Yeah.
That song I wrote whilst out running.
Okay.
Oh,
wow.
wow.
I actually did
That's
a
different.
recording because I was listening to my audio Bible whilst I was running, and I was reading or listening, to the book of 1 Samuel, I think it was, and how God constantly delivered David time and time again. And then I just started, as I was running, so I was singing, "We are secure," and I quickly brought out my voice recorder, recorded it. I got the bridge for the song as well whilst out running, and I also sensed that was a Volney thing that he had to do on that song. So I said, "I've written this song, and I think you need to do the bridge." So for each of the songs, it's depending on where I am. But for the third album, Restored, particularly, it was very, in a sense, it was timely, because all the songs were kind of what I was experiencing, what the world was experiencing through that 2020/21 season. Yeah. But yeah, it's been quite, when I reflect, it's more or less been quite personal, but at different levels, in a sense.
So, I mean, people go through so much, in their careers and whatnot, and I'm pretty sure that you having to go through surgery to remove the thyroid cancer was the last thing
Yeah,
on your
for sure,
mind.
for sure.
I know we've got God, we've got faith and everything, but was there a part of you where you thought, I don't think if I'm not going to be able to sing again,
Yeah.
I'm going to be okay with it?
Yeah. I had to get to that point, but I didn't want to get to that point. And I remember when I was told one of the side effects of the surgery was that there was a risk of losing my voice, but I had to have the surgery regardless because otherwise they won't get the tumor out.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, we'll have to cross that bridge when we get there. And then when I couldn't talk properly, obviously initially I couldn't even eat properly. I couldn't call out to my kids, much less sing. And I remember almost every other evening, trying to just sing and hit a note and failing woefully and then going to bed crying. And there were certain songs that I'd want to sing, like if I can sing Spirit Come, then my voice is back. If I can sing, and also CeCe Winans, all my life you have been faithful. Your goodness is running. I remember every time trying to hit that bridge and I'll be crying so hard because I couldn't sing Your goodness is running. I'm like, oh Lord. And then I'll be worshiping and crying. And it was, I'm smiling now, but it was quite the painful and heart-wrenching experience. And I remember having to go to God and say, you know what, Lord, if it comes to the point where I actually never get my voice again and I can never sing again, I will still worship you. I will still worship you. As a matter of fact, Brandon Lake's Gratitude was a song I was always singing.
Yeah.
So I throw up my hands and praise you again and again, 'cause all that I have is a hallelujah, hallelujah. And I know it's not much, but I have nothing else fit for a king. It's like, even if I can do no more singing, all I have is a hallelujah. And when I kind of got to that point and made that resolve, it was hard. I feel like that was a turning point for me, that I realized my identity. Because I was struggling, like, who am I if I can't sing? Oof. Like, what am I going to do? I'll be in church, I can't lead worship. I literally couldn't go to church even for a period because I couldn't talk to people to start with. And it's like, after service, you can't say hi.
You can't say hello because you have
and then
to...
you have to explain. And there was one particular Sunday I went in, I was just on the front row and I was crying, and my mates from the worship team were like, it's going to be okay. So it was so hard. I'm like, please pray for me because this can't be the new me. I can't be like this. This can't be the new me. And I'm just grateful to God that, I had to go through therapy. I had to learn to sing again. I had to hold on in faith and just believe. But I did have to come to terms with the fact that if I could never sing again, I would still worship him. Somehow, maybe flying flags or doing somersaults, but barking, whatever it was, he'd still get my worship.
So going through that experience to where you are now, how has that shaped you as an artist in terms of like the music that you now put out? Maybe the meaning behind it or the feeling behind it, and even in terms of like your general outlook in life, in terms of obviously you're a mother, you're a wife, and all that kind of stuff. How coming through that, what has that done to change your outlook on everything, pretty much?
Yeah, I mean, excuse me, for everything, I'd say maybe taking a few steps back, just for me and God to start with, my relationship with God has become more real and more intimate, because I remember one of the things I went to God with was like, why me? Why cancer? Why? I mean, as a Christian, I just went, lamenting to God. And I remember he said to me, if I never go through a season of, say, mourning, I'd never know him as my comforter. If I never have a sickness, I'll never know him as my healer. So I claim all these things. They're great, preaching points, but you need to prove them, and you need to go through sometimes the fire to prove your faith, to prove the things that I've been claiming all these years. I need to be able to stand and say, yes, I know God is a healer. I know God is faithful. I know that God is my redeemer. And so for me, having come through the fire, more or less, it's like I've got that assurance that the God that says he is my healer, and I can put my hand on my chest and say, I'm living proof. And then on the flip side, I also relate with Job, who said, and even if he slays me, yet will I trust him. So just holding on to God, regardless of what the outcomes are. So I think for me as a person, my faith has become stronger, more real, more meaningful in a sense, because it's easy to quote all these scriptures. They don't mean as much to you until you prove them. And I think I've been given the opportunity to prove the words that I've declared all these years. But I think in general, for the songs in terms of how it's kind of affected the songs I've written. At least for the EP that I wrote after the experience, they become more personal. And also the songs that I've been writing since then have been a bit more intentional.
Yeah.
I've been wanting them to have a bit more of a depth and a meaning and a reflection of our purpose, which is to worship. So yeah, I'm excited for what will come. More things that are coming, basically. Yeah.
So before I ask you, what's up for what's the next 10 years going to look
Ooh.
like? In the 10
I have
years
no
that
idea.
you've been doing ministry, you've been doing this, you've been on this journey.
Yeah.
What have been the standout testimonies that people have had from your music?
Yeah, that's a good one because actually, ironically, I've had a lot of testimonies, but one particular one was somebody who was going through cancer. This was years ago. Years
Wow.
ago. And I got a screenshot. I wish I could bring my phone out. But to be fair, I have to look for it. But I got a screenshot sent to me of somebody who was going through cancer and my song was giving her encouragement. This was years ago.
Gosh.
Even
This
before,
was-
like,
yeah.
you became
Before-
a thing for
Yeah,
you.
before I ever had. And on my YouTube channel, because obviously I post a lot of my videos on YouTube, I see lots of testimonies, people constantly sharing how songs like Secure, for example, have given them, some people are having negative, thoughts, suicidal thoughts and things like that, and how a song like Secure is reminding them of how God is protecting them and he's their shield and, their fortress. So it's I think, but that particular one stood out for me because then later on I had to go through a similar experience. So I remember I kind of had a flashback to wow, and then the other one is when my mum passed. I remember I was actually working on my second album, Keep Walking, and my producer then, Sean Barrett, Hypertone. Yeah, he's honestly Hypertone is another good one, so
Yeah.
I'll make it 4.
Amazing.
I sneaked that one in there. I remember he was trying to console me, and he said at the time he was working on a song called Keep Walking, the title track of the album, and he's like, I can't really tell you much, but go back and listen to this song that we literally just recorded. And let that, lift your spirits. And he kind of used my own song to encourage me. So it's quite interesting because sometimes we forget that the songs we're writing are also for us.
You
Yeah.
know what?
First
you
and
said,
foremost.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you said that. And what I was going to lead into is you said Brandon Lake's song,
Yeah.
Gratitude, was a song.
Yeah.
What was one of your own songs that was literally carrying you through
Yeah.
that period?
None of my songs, I'm not going to pretend. I'm not even going to try and
love it.
patronize my own
Straight
self.
from the heart.
None of my songs. Because if anything, the more I tried to sing them, the more frustrated I was that I couldn't sing them.
I can
Like,
imagine.
I didn't even want to try. I'm like,
Yeah.
no, I can't sing the song. Because I wasn't even singing the song, to be fair. I was
Yeah.
listening to it. But the more I even tried to, none of my songs were
nothing.
not even helping because it just reminded me that I couldn't sing. So I didn't want to listen to myself
Bless your
or
heart.
even think of my songs. But in terms of other seasons, though, definitely Keep Walking because of when my mum passed.
Yeah.
That definitely encouraged me. And I am one of those people who doesn't really like listening to myself like that, to be
No, a lot
honest.
of people
Yeah.
like
But
that. yeah.
that said, one of my worship songs that I love, God Alone. It's not one of the most popular songs out there, but for me, that is one song that really, really ministers to me when I worship to that song, God Alone. And then the other song that really encourages me is Make You Proud, which is on my second
Yeah,
album. Because in that season, as an artist, this is funny because this wasn't on my second album, and this is a period when you're being invited to events/gigs and people tell you they're going to pay you and they never do. Like, quite literally, I've had many instances where they're like, yeah, just take the Uber and send us and they never send you your expenses or they never pay you. And Make You Proud, it starts with the words, people ask me, why are you trying so hard?
Yeah.
And I'm like, they don't know what inspires me. Why is it so hard to see? I just want to make you proud. But I was going through a season where I had to remind myself, you're not doing this for money, for accolades or anything. You're just doing this because you want to make your father proud. So if you're an artist and going through a kind of whatever, doubtful season or maybe challenging, remember that we're doing this to make our father proud and maybe listen to Make You Proud, cheeky plug. But it will lift you up. And that's what it did for me. In all honesty, it's like sometimes when I'm frustrated, I go, I want to make you proud. This is me. It doesn't matter if they don't pay me, And that's been my philosophy as well. I mean, I was talking to someone on the phone the other day, like, how much should we pay? I'm like, wherever the Lord puts in your heart. I'm not even going to tell you to pay me X. In all honesty, I said, if God is going to bless me.
You hope to God that they come through.
Hey,
Well, actually,
this
then
is
again,
it.
if they come through, this is like, okay.
Yeah, fine.
okay,
If you pay me,
fine.
great. If you don't, God is not going to let me beg for bread. Simple as that.
That part. Yeah.
So, yeah.
So, what's next for Sarah? What's the next 10
Oh
years
yeah.
looking like?
Let's start with 1st of November. Then we
Yeah, 100%.
Let's
Yeah.
talk about that first.
1st of November,
Yes.
you got your massive event coming up.
Massive,
Yeah.
amen. So on the 1st of November, I'm hosting a concert to commemorate 10 years as a recording artist by the grace of God, and also as a way to thank God for restoring my voice, having gone through thyroid cancer and that sort of dark season. So it's going to be at my church, King's Church in Lee, in Southeast London, not Leeds, Lee, Southeast London. I do not have you go to church and you don't know the postcode of your church. I can't lie.
Listen,
I don't have the address in my
Just
head.
type the church, the location, the address will come up on Google. That's why
Thank you.
Google is there.
Just look for King's Church, Lee, Southeast London. But it's at doors are at 6:30, starts at 7, and you can get tickets from my website sarahtéibo.co.uk. It's a free event and it's a family event, so people all ages, stages are welcome. It's going to be songs from my albums. There'll be a worship session, and I'll probably introduce a new song on the night, maybe. We'll see.
Amazing.
Yeah. So for the next 10 years, it's all in God's hands. I have this thing I always say, write your plans in pencil and give God the eraser. So it's all in God's hands. We'll see how it pans out.
I'm kind of anticipating another album soon.
Oh yeah.
Solely because, like I said,
Oh yeah.
we've been there from the beginning, and like the albums, like kind of have flown from one to another in terms of like the journey.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
And I feel
yeah.
like that there's another part of the journey now, and another
As
album has
if,
to
as
come
it's come, yeah, like
to add to that
From
journey.
your mouth to
Listen.
God's ears.
Listen, if that's what happens, that's what happens.
the
But
consistency
yeah.
just needs to keep. Yes, there was a blip, but it just needs to keep continue. So,
By
yeah.
His grace.
so one of I suppose it's going to be a bit hard to ask, because whenever I ask people these questions, it's always one of the hardest ones for them. But
Okay.
you've released so much music. What is your fave of the tracks that you've released?
Oh, I have to think now. Really, really.
Because there's some bangers. Like I said,
It's
when
hard.
I was planning for
It's-
today,
it's hard. I can't
I
even
started
think.
listening and I thought, oh, this one's good. And then I listened to it and oh,
That's,
there's
you know
this
what?
one.
Do you know what?
This
I
is-
get
this
that every time I release
Yeah,
an
yeah.
album. I'm gonna answer the question, but every time I release an album, I always get that feedback from people that they can't pick a best song
Yeah, yeah.
It's
from my
hard.
projects.
It's hard.
No, now
Actually
you're telling
hard.
me
Yeah,
to pick
yeah.
a best. Oh my god! Oh my goodness! Oh gosh!
Or maybe I should say, which of your songs have you listened to more than any other?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I would, if I had to, ironically, it would be from my remixes.
Okay.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and it belongs to you, the R&B
Yeah,
remix.
yeah.
Oh.
The Darren Piano one is just this.
Yeah,
That's
the
hard.
R&B
Yeah.
remix with
Yeah.
Ray and David
Yeah.
B.
Yes.
Yes, that is one that I actually have on
Yes.
repeat.
Oh.
If you give me that kind of segue, then I can
Yeah,
answer
yeah,
the question.
yeah,
If I
yeah.
use that
Yes.
criteria,
Yeah.
I don't even have to think twice. That
That was a good remix.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes,
Oh,
it
I love,
was.
because we did a fun arrangement on somewhere just before the bridge.
Mm.
Oh,
That's the one.
That's so good.
Yeah, yeah,
Hits
yeah.
every time. Hits every time. Hits every time.
yeah. So yeah,
Love it.
definitely. Not for
Okay.
anything other than the fact that it's such a beautiful remix. I
Yeah,
just
yeah.
love it.
Yeah.
I just have it on repeat for
Yeah.
sure.
You know, one of the visions I've always kept in my head whenever I think of your music, because I remember I can't remember which song it was, but you released a video on socials of your girls dancing and singing to the song and stuff like that. I can't remember what the song was now.
They do
but-
to all my songs.
Oh,
That's the trouble. So now I'm like, which one?
Yeah, but that's what I was about to say. Like, are they like really engaged in like all your music production?
That's
and
a
stuff
really
like
good
that? Do you
question.
like come
So-
home and just play the new stuff straight to them?
Yeah, so this is a really good question. And so my two girls, now 16 and 12,
What?
have been
Wow.
on the
Nah, you got a
journey
teenager.
since they were
Wow.
6 and 2. So if you think about it,
they were, weren't they?
6 and 2. So the kind of
Yeah.
engagement I've had since they were 6 and 2 has evolved from they like everything mommy does.
Yeah, yeah.
Right? And they sing all my songs. I have videos of them trying to make out the words. It's just beautiful. That, that infancy, that,
That innocence.
the innocence and everything. And it's kind of evolved to them being teenagers and one being extremely good at music.
Yeah.
And the other being such a passionate dancer and trying to do TikTok-y type things.
Okay, yeah.
So now I've got two different responses to my stuff. One is like, let's create content, my younger
Yeah,
one.
yeah.
And the other one is kind of critiquing the musicality and things
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah.
So they've kind of evolved with the
Yeah.
journey as well, from just taking everything to now like, okay, let's sit down, mom, you need to do a video, we need to do a dance, I need to make I need to do choreography. That's one.
Wow.
The other, and she actually, my younger one, so it's interesting, my younger one actually directed Human Like Me.
Oh, really?
The music video, if you go on
Yeah.
YouTube and watch Human Like Me, that video, the concept was by Nicole Téibo, my 12-year-old. So she was probably 11 at the time. And what happened, I'll confess, I do not like makeup. Go figure. So whenever I make up, I create content, and she knows.
Yeah.
So I do all sorts of things just to make sure that when I watch that thing, no
It's
cameras.
done.
Yeah.
So I came back from a photo shoot of whatever it was for the EP, basically. And I was like, oh, Nicole, let's do a video for Human Like Me because my face is ready, you know? And she was like, okay, let's do it. So the first concept was on my mobile phone. And she just, told me what to do, sit down. And she just used my phone, my iPhone, and recorded me, singing the song Human Like Me. Then we did a few takes. Actually, I think I put it out on my Instagram at the time. And then I sent it to my music video producer and I said, can we actually make this into an actual video? And I said, yeah, we can even use the set. So if you go and watch that video, that's my bedroom.
Yeah.
That was Nicole's
Wow.
idea. So
Wow,
when
wow.
we recorded it, she was in the room with the videographer, and she was like, helping out and doing bits and bobs. So that's kind of how they've evolved. And
Okay.
she came up with a concept in the Like a Child video, the original Like a Child video with Tahila and Jason.
I think I remember this.
When we recorded it, in one of the sets, she spun on a chair, and that was her idea, to spin
Okay,
around in the
yeah.
chair. So she's been like that creative
Yeah,
mind
yeah,
and
yeah.
everything. But my older one, she's 16. She's actually a music scholar. She plays multiple instruments. She goes to Royal College of Music. So she comes in from the music critique.
technicality. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
it's been
yeah,
an interesting
yeah.
journey. I'm just grateful for my two girls. Yeah.
Amazing.
And will they be playing any part on the 1st of November?
I think they want to. So we'll see. I'll keep that as a surprise. Maybe come find out.
Yeah.
Yeah. There you go. That's the
Get your
bait.
tickets.
There you
Sarah
go.
Téibo music.co.uk. Go and get your tickets to the
Thank
night.
Look at that. She just had it on cue.
Literally. Wow,
Guys, definitely make sure you are tuning in to what Sarah's doing on her socials and all this kind of stuff, especially for the event on the 1st of November. You don't want to miss it. It's a free event. What's there not to say to yourself? You got to come down and just join with. I know it's going to be a spectacular evening. I'm going to be there. Lady T,
Of course, I have no
you
choice.
see, look. We're the day ones, as Sarah said. So
Yeah,
we
we really
have to
are.
be there. We've been there from day one. We've got to be there for the 10 years. So we're going to be there. Sarah, it's been a privilege talking to you and having you down,
Same,
man.
Thank you so
same.
much.
Really
for
great to
coming.
have you here in the studio. And guys, listen, make sure that you tune into her stuff that was coming as well afterwards, because we're saying they're going to be an album. Touch
Amen.
studs, yeah. But we're going to play one of her music videos for you now as well. So enjoy that, and we'll see you on the next episode.
Like a child, I'm gonna trust in you.
Not having all the answers to life's questions and can't see the bigger picture. I don't understand, but hey, I know some way you will save the day. So I will keep her faith and
Like a child, I'm gonna trust in you. I'm gonna believe what you say and you do. I'll keep holding on, 'cause I know somehow you will see me through. I will trust in you. I'm gonna believe what you say and you do. I'll keep holding on, 'cause I know somehow you will see me through. How do you keep forgiving all my crazy ways? At times I stop believing, but your love says, hey, I'm here, I ain't going nowhere. Your pain and your fears, I'll make disappear. Like a child, I'm gonna trust in you. I'm gonna believe what you say and you do. I'll keep holding on, 'cause I know somehow you will see me through. I will trust in you. I'm gonna believe what you say and you do. I'll keep holding on, 'cause I know somehow you will see me through. Through my darkest hour, through the pouring rain, through the deepest tunnel, through the hurt and